Good evening, welcome to Central News for Friday the 15th of November. I'm Hilary Entwistle. Saving lives on New Zealand roads is the goal for University of Waikato mechanical engineering student Andrew Gerbich. Andrew has designed a hydraulic rescue tool as an alternative to the commonly known jaws of life. Rather than cutting through the vehicle, Andrew's can spreader is designed to straighten bent steel back to its original shape. Andrew hopes that his design will allow better and more efficient rescues in the future and may mean that more people survive serious crashes.
I hope the car spreader hydraulic rescue tool that I've been designing will eventually be taken up by the New Zealand Fire Service and then hopefully the Australian Fire Service so that they can use it and basically make getting people out of crash cars safer and save more lives that way.
On November the 6th this year, the Smart Waikato Charitable Trust launched the Future Force Action Network. The network aims to mobilise, coordinate, educate and equip employers and educators to more effectively incorporate young people into the Waikato workplace. Regional Manager Mary Jensen says that this important region-wide network and its supporting resources will ultimately result in hundreds more work opportunities for young people throughout the region.
Future Force Action Network is designed to bring together the whole region to make them aware that we need to bring in more young people into our workplaces in terms of offering them more work experience, internships, cadetships, apprenticeships and jobs.
Young cricket fans will pay as little as $5 each to watch International Cricket Council ICC Cricket World Cup 2015 matches at Hamilton's Seddon Park. The ICC Cricket World Cup 2015 will be co-hosted by New Zealand and Australia, and tournament organisers have announced ticketing details. Seddon Park will host 3 pool matches during the tournament, with tickets priced as low as $5 for children and $20 for adults. Hamilton's 3 tournament matches are South Africa versus Zimbabwe, 15th of February, India versus Ireland, the 10th of March, and New Zealand versus Bangladesh on the 13th of March. Now for our region's weather for the weekend. Hamilton, Saturday fine with westerly breezes developing. Your expected high is 21 and an overnight low of 8. Tauranga, your Saturday will be fine with westerly breezes. Your expected high is 24 and an overnight low of 12. Sunday for you, Hamilton, will have cloudy periods with light winds. Your expected high is 22 and an overnight low of 9. Mainly fine with westerly breezes for your Sunday, Tauranga. Your expected high is 24 and an overnight low of 14. Looking good. Just ahead, the kiss and makeup business. Welcome to Central News on TV Central. What started as a Facebook page to share beauty tips and advice has now turned into a registered business and provided creator Sarah Ord with a growing reputation amongst the beauty industry. Harriet caught up with Sarah to find out how it has all been made possible.
So why did you decide to start Kiss and Makeup?
Well, it was all on a bit of a whim actually. I was in my pyjamas on the couch and I thought I really miss writing, and I had recently graduated from university, and I thought I want to use my degree, and I thought I'm going to start a blog. But why start a blog on a website when you can start a blog on Facebook? It's free, the audience is already there, and I thought I've got nothing to lose. If no one follows, they don't follow, but if they do, great. So I just started posting, and my friends of course started following. So of course when they started liking their posts, their friends started seeing the posts they were liking. So from there it got viral very quickly. So I've always been a creative person, and I was really yearning for a creative outlet, and I quite often considered moving to Auckland and hunting out like an editorial role at a magazine and writing like a beauty column. And I thought, well, what's stopping me doing that here? Because I'm a Waikato girl at heart, so I started the blog. And what do you know, a year later and over 1,000 people are following me. It's pretty surreal.
And how did you get such a large following?
I basically just was really honest about the products that I was trialling. I love to try anything once. And I like to share my opinion on things, including fashion and makeup and skincare. So I started reviewing products, people started commenting. A lot of people were complimenting my writing style and my sense of humour as well. I don't take myself too seriously, and I like to interact and create conversations with people. I'm not selling anything, so I wasn't biased, and I think, yeah, that's what created quite a strong following.
And what was the feedback like after you created the page and had it running for a while?
The feedback was, people liked my posts, and it was a really organic growth. Like I wasn't begging for likes, which a lot of businesses fall into the trap of doing, like win this if you like this post and share it on your page. It was very natural the way it sort of progressed. And it wasn't until I started posting photos of myself with the products or with an outfit on that I was trying or a new makeup look that people started really following the page quite consistently, and it started going viral from that point on. And I think people are so voyeuristic, they wanted to know who is Kiss and Makeup, who's behind it. So when I did that, I thought, okay, so this is what I need to do to keep growing my audience. And it was then when people started inquiring about who does your eyebrows, who does your makeup, and I thought, well, I do. So that's when people started asking me if I provide that service. So it was interesting.
So when did you sort of become interested in beauty? Was it always a passion of yours?
Yeah, I've always been a really girly girl, never good at maths or sport, but always really excelled in creative projects. So pursued that through my studies, graduated at Waikato University with communications degree, wanted to use it, didn't know how, really hard to get into industry, especially in the Waikato. You either move to Auckland or move to Wellington. So I think my degree really came in handy with branding the page and giving it an identity. I know it was important to know your audience and know how to interact with them. So I guess it was just something that came natural to me. So I instinctively quickly registered the company name because I knew I was onto a good thing. I didn't know what it was. But yeah, it kind of progressed naturally because of just that's what I'm interested in and always have been.
So after you registered your name, how did you then go on to start up your business, and what sort of services do you offer?
Well, it's the eyebrow shaping side of things that have really taken off, and I think because that's so much a part of fashion now, sort of in the last 6 months in New Zealand, people have caught on that eyebrows are just as important as your lipstick or your eyeshadow or the outfit you're wearing, and I think it says so much about you as a person. And to be honest, I can't believe that nobody's offering what I am yet in the market, so there's a definite gap and I'm filling it, and it's exciting.
So for others who may have an interest in something, would you recommend Facebook as a good platform for starting up a business, and why?
Definitely recommend it as a platform, provided you know your audience and know how to communicate with them, and it's not just about promoting yourself or a product, but creating conversations with them, creating a brand that they identify with. I think one of my competitive advantages was having the word NZ in the title of the page, because I attracted a New Zealand audience, and a majority of them are mothers, you know, that are at home, that can't necessarily leave the house when they want to. So that's when my service really excels, because I'm mobile. I go to them and I offer them something that they can't necessarily get out and go and do.
Now, what are some of the best tips that you could give to ladies when it comes to shaping their eyebrows?
So my advice would be not to shape your own eyebrows. Leave it with professionals. You need a really an eye for detail, an eye for design. So that's where my creativity comes in, I guess, and my experience. As a teenager, I tweezed my eyebrows pencil thin, and that was what you did in the 90s. But now it's about embracing their natural shape, so to speak, and not plucking above the brow, because that's what encourages them to grow up before it, and nobody likes someone that looks permanently surprised.
I understand that you have some exciting plans for the future, so can you tell us a bit more about those?
Yeah, I have a baby girl on the way, so in March I'm going to be a mum for the first time, so I have a funny feeling things are going to get very busy, and also hopefully in the long run I see like a brow bar opening up in town, somewhere people can go to while they get their nails done, get their brows done at the same time. So that would be the ultimate dream, but in the meantime I'll just keep building my client base and use my Facebook page as my platform.
And how can people find out more?
They can head along to my Facebook page, that's www.facebook.com/NZ Fashionista, or they can just type into the search field Kiss and Makeup NZ and they'll come across my page and like it.
Visit Sarah's Facebook page at facebook.com/New Zealand Fashionista and be sure to give her a like. Coming up next, tips on how to eat healthy over the festive season. Welcome back. November is 5 Plus a Day month, where you can challenge yourself to eat 5 servings of fruit and veggie a day. But many claim fruit and veggies are just too expensive. I spoke with 5 Plus a Day's nutritionist to see if fresh fruit and veggies and a budget goes together. Welcome to the program, Bronwyn.
Thank you for having us here today.
Right, so summer means yummy fresh fruit and vegetables to me. It means berries. What are some of the ways we can do interesting things with berries?
Oh, I think there's a lot you can do with berries, really. But I mean, a little treat and snack for the young ones is to actually freeze them and put them in a little plastic bag, and they can take them and eat them slowly while they thaw. And that's quite a yummy way to eat berries. Grapes are nice done like that too. But I think berries themselves, I mean, I don't know about you, I can buy a chip of strawberries and have it eaten before I get home.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Now, also, it does mean barbecue season.
It is indeed. I mean, I think Kiwis are famous for their barbecues, aren't they? Yeah. And I mean, there's nothing better than fresh fruit and vegetables for barbecues. I think it's a time of year too when women suddenly start to go, oh my goodness, I have to spend hours in the kitchen. I can make a salad, I can, serve fresh fruit, I can do something on the barbecue. Someone else is going to cook whatever meat we have with it, and I can relax. So it means that mothers and housewives get to enjoy that time of the year too, and this daylight saving's fabulous for that. There's nothing nicer than sitting out, enjoying the last rays of sunshine and the barbecue on and a fresh salad. It's lovely.
And I always associate sitting outside in the lighter evenings with fresh fruit and vegetables. You kind of associate it with it, don't you?
Of course you do. But I mean, I associate them with all year round, of course, because I love the whole process of eating fruit and vegetables. But I mean, yes, you're right. I think you do. And I think too, after a long winter, you're starting to see all the new fruit and vegetables come through, all the salad greens of copious quantities. And at the moment, we've got yummy asparagus, which I just love. I love this when the asparagus first comes in, avocado and all those yummy things that we all love.
And it's a lot easier to eat the fresh fruit and vegetables in summer, I reckon. So what's some tips that we can do to have a bit of a healthier Christmas dinner?
Oh, I think that Kiwis will do that naturally anyway. I mean, we're not... Being in the southern hemisphere, it's a summer time of the year, so we're into lighter food. I mean, in the northern hemisphere, it's pretty stodgy, based on stodge. Here, I think Kiwis take an approach that's a lot lighter. So salads and lightly steamed vegetables, fresh fruit, copious quantities of fresh fruit served in fresh fruit salads, or even on the barbecue, done on the barbecue, are just winners, I think, at this time of the year. I really do.
A lot of us roast vegetables, and that is, that northern hemisphere wintry kind of feel to it. Is roast vegetables bad for us?
I think it depends what you do with a vegetable, however you serve it. And if you're going to smother it in lard or high fat, then you're adding calories in the fat, which aren't good for you. But I mean, I think roasted vegetables sprayed lightly with olive oil spray or a rice bran oil spray and done in the oven are delicious, and they make fabulous salads. Oven roasted vegetables, because that caramelises the sweetness of the vegetable and brings out the flavours, I think, too, when you're doing a salad.
Are there any dessert tips that you have for Christmas Day?
Oh, I think berries are always a winner on Christmas Day, don't you? I associate Christmas with strawberries, with raspberries, with blueberries, and of course with cherries.
Absolutely. Now, Christmas is, there's quite a lot of cost with Christmas really associated, and there's been a lot of press around the price of fruit and veggies. Are they really that expensive? No,
I personally don't think they are. I think the idea in buying that fruit and vegetables are expensive is misfounded. I've done research. I've looked at taking fruit and vegetables, so a kilo of fruit, and comparing it to snack foods, and always what you find is the fruit has come out a lot cheaper, and you get far better value for your money. You get something that's filling, it's full of vitamins, minerals and things that are good for you, and it's more filling than junk food. What I call junk food anyway, that the high calorie, high fat foods that people will eat instead. So I don't think it is at all. And I think too, people just need to buy seasonally and locally, first up. And
why do we have this kind of this perception that it's hard to eat healthy, it's hard to eat fruit and veggies on a budget?
I really don't understand it, and I never have, because I don't find it that way myself. I think the thing is that people don't handle fruit and vegetables probably the way they should in some ways. You know, they keep fruit or a vegetable for weeks and then expect it to be in the same condition, but they wouldn't keep their milk or their meat for that length of time and expect it to be. So it's a matter of, you know, getting the value from the fruit and vegetables, eating it as you buy it, really, I think.
So, I mean, do fruit and veggies actually have an expiry date? I mean, obviously we don't want expiry dates on our fruit and vegetables, but do they?
No, but I think no, but I mean, it's a living product, so it does have a lifespan. It's the same as meat, or it's the same as milk, really, isn't it? And fresh is better. I mean, when we look at the way in which it's brought to the customer, and when it gets to the supermarket, I mean, the care that's taken to keep that so it is at its top of the range as far as nutrients goes, is absolutely amazing. They keep everything at a specific temperature so that the vitamins and minerals are kept. There's masses spent on research to make sure that everything that lands up in your supermarket is absolutely spot on. So then it comes down to the consumer's way of handling it when they get it home. And I mean, if they want to look at our website, or go at 5aday.co.nz, go to vegetables.co.nz, or there are guidelines there on how to store and keep your fruit and vegetables.
Is there any truth behind the fact that vegetables can decrease in their nutrients the longer they're kept?
I mean, it depends very much how you keep anything. I mean, if you're going to keep something in the sun, I mean, it's a living product, so if you're going to keep something in the sun with, you know, at the wrong temperature, it's going to deteriorate. You know, if you put a human being out in the sun for long, we lose fluid and become dehydrated. It's going to happen to your vegetables as well.
Well, thank you very much, Bronwyn, and I'm definitely looking forward to cherries and Christmas.
I am too. Thanks a lot, Ari.
Visit 5 Plus a Day's website for some delicious recipes and tips on how to up the intake. Just ahead, bridge to bridge via water skis. If you have just joined us, welcome to Central News. The 2013 Bridge to Bridge Water Ski Classic celebrates 30 years of extreme water sports on the Waikato River this November. The race runs from the 29th of November to the 1st of December. Harriet went to find out about this spectacular weekend of boat and water ski racing.
Tell us about what happens on Friday night in Hood Street.
Well, the Friday night's a really good kick-off to the weekend. All the competitors get to meet and greet each other. It's a great chance for the spectators to come check out the boats up close and personal. And yeah, just a real good start to the weekend. Everyone starts telling stories about how fast they're going and what they're going to be up to for the weekend, and yeah, get to mix and mingle with the public as well, which is real good in Hood Street.
And what will be happening on the water over the weekend?
Starting first thing on Saturday morning, we've got our novice and masters, so our new guys and our old guys, I guess, of our sport, and also our under 13s, the sub-juniors. That's the first race of the day. Then we've got the family class, which is sort of all our social and family recreational type competitors. Then is the next event is the time trial, which is the seeding for the main event, which is on Sunday. That runs from Hamilton to Ngaruawahia in return. And then the final event for the Saturday is the poke run, which is grab your mates, your friends, and jump in the boat. And it's basically best a poker hand of cards wins $500 cash. So that's a great event for anyone that owns a boat to get into. Sunday is the powerboat sprints, which everyone really looks forward to, and all the big boats gear up with just boats only. And then the main race of the weekend starts at Cambridge at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, which runs through to Taupiri and then back to Hamilton, finishing sort of around 3:30.
And how about the activities off the water?
Yeah, off the water this year we've got a lot happening, more so than usual. We've got a lot of amusements and rides and stuff for the kids, family entertainment, a lot of competitions run by our radio station sponsor, Radio Hauraki, and yeah, plenty of off-water competition, wheel changing competitions from a few of our other sponsors, and a fair bit of stuff going on, so should be plenty off the water as well as on.
Who competes in the races, or who can enter?
Yep, well, there's plenty of options if you're a water skier or a jet skier or a Thundercat boat racer. So there's not only for the hardcore ski race guys, which obviously they all are very aware of the event because it is the premier event in the country for them. But if you're a beginner water skier or an experienced water skier that just skis recreationally, they're able to enter, obviously in the family class. And then we have our powerboat racing, jet skis, Thundercats, and then the poker run, which is really an all-comers event that anyone can do that owns a boat. So a big range of competitors, both social and serious.
And what are you most excited about seeing, or what are some highlights we should be watching out for?
Personally, I think we've got a big offshore cat race boat that's going to be racing the powerboat sprint, so it's like a 35-foot boat, which is pretty huge to be on the river. So that makes a lot of noise and is always good to see. There's a guy called Mark Cromie who comes down from Whangarei every year with his jet boat, and he's always impressive. And also just the battle between the top boats in the main race, the main ski race. It was a really close race last year, and those guys are all returning this year with similar sort of teams. So that was really tight time-wise last year, so I think it should be similar this year as well. And then just also catching up with everyone. I guess the Bridge to Bridge is all about everyone getting together that has the same sort of interest in water skiing and powerboating and being in the same place all on one weekend, so it should be good.
And where are the best locations to observe the racing?
I guess the hub for the event is Grantham Street Boat Ramp, which is right in the middle of Hamilton, underneath the Bridge Street Bridge. That's basically the start-finish line for all the races. So that's the best place to be. It's where all the commentary, I'll be doing the commentary from there, and where all the action with all the giveaways and prizes and entertainment is going to be. So that's probably the best place to be, to stay informed and know what's going on. But also there's any spot along the river where you can see, on the banks of the river is going to be a great place to be because there's going to be plenty happening.
And how can people find out more?
Find out more by going to www.skirace.co.nz or just coming into Rollo's Marine, which are our naming rights sponsor, and talk to the guys there. They know all about it.
That website was skirace.co.nz. That is Central News for today and this week. If you have news, an event or something you think we should know about, you can email us at news@tvcentral.co.nz or like us on Facebook. I'm Hilary Entwistle, and I will be back next week with more stories from the Waikato and the Bay. Have a good night, and I hope you enjoy the sunny weekend ahead.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.